Hi, my name is Simone Rankin Reed. I'm the Zen Mommy. I'm here to help you with spiritual awakening and ascension and healing through the mind, body, and soul. So today, I want to talk about a little story that happened at the beginning of my awakening. Um, the beginning of my awakening was at the end of a toxic relationship. One day, my world had changed. I found out all of this I was married to this toxic narcissist guy, and all of these secrets were uncovered. And it, we just had a baby, and it sent my life down this spiral of like pain and depression and resentment and regret. And it was right at the beginning. I didn't really think I was going through an awakening, but it was building up to that point. And now that I look back, I see how it all beautifully unfolded. So I remember being in the midst of all of that pain, in the midst of just like, when you're in pain, when you have a heart broken, when somebody has betrayed you, when you felt like, you've given your heart and your soul, and you found out it was all a lie, that you were used, that, you were manipulated. That's where I was. And I was in a very, depression, and I remember I was just thinking, I need to learn how to love myself, that I want to find myself and love who I am. And I don't even know why I said that. I just was like, I'm going to seek a way to heal myself. And I had come from this church that, for lack of a better word, was a cult. And this church had me believing, I was in a depression, believing it, that there wasn't more to life after not being there anymore. And I just given up. I was in desperation. It gets to a point, in a movie you call it a plot point, and this is kind of how sometimes the awakening goes. Like, how when you're watching a movie and about 20 minutes in, something happens and changes the direction of the movie, and that's called the plot point. Well, in my life, this awakening, this was my plot point. That toxic narcissist husband, that that eruption of toxic energy, and how it built up to this painful experience. And so I was at the point of my plot point, and I made that wish to the universe. I was just like, I just want to change my life, and I want to love myself. And that was the right question. The next day or two, I go outside. There's a monk. There's a guy who's walking up the street, meditating in casual, clothes, meditation clothes. He was a monk. He just moved into the neighborhood. He had to be in the Bay Area for a while before he went off to the monastery. He studied in France. He was a Zen monk. And he was walking up the street looking serene, beautiful. And let me tell you something. I'm not one who can see auras, like see or my daughter, she can see auras, right? Or am I saying it right? I can't see auras. But I saw his, and even I can't explain to you what I saw, but I saw his countenance. I saw his peace, his bliss. I saw it all visually, and I don't even know how to explain it, right? And so he walked up straight to me in my sunstorm, and he introduced himself. Very soft spoken, very sweet. And in that moment, he taught me how to meditate. He taught me how to do a walking meditation. And, I told him a little bit about what I had gone through and how I was trying to start Zen Mommy. And at the time when I started Zen Mommy, I didn't know what I was doing with Zen Mommy. And I'm going to be completely honest. When I picked the title, I was thinking, okay, so when I picked the title, I was into cannabis. And I related the cannabis high for a state of zen, a state of peace. Because what I do believe is cannabis clears your energy. It takes away all of the worry, everything you were worried about, your bills. All of a sudden, none of that matters anymore, and you get right in your present moment with cannabis. So to me, that was the experience of Zen. And I wanted to start this Facebook page, and I didn't really know what I was going to really do with Zen Mommy, right? And I started that page, and at first I was trying to think of names, and I was just like, I want it to be about this whole experience, how I relax, how I connect. And at first I was like, Stoner Mommy, and I was like, no, this is, Stoner Mommy. It has a bad energy to it. It wasn't the name I wanted to connect to, and then Zen came to me, right? But when I met that Zen monk, and I just had the name, I wasn't doing anything with it, but when I met him, that's when I realized Zen Mommy was born. He taught me a walking meditation, right? And I was completely taken by like this whole meditative experience. I started to read things, I started to learn things, and I started to see how getting in your present moment was helping me heal from that heartbreak and heal from that pain. Like being able to detach, being able to realize that the only moment that's real is this moment right now. Everything is a memory from the past, and everything that you foresee is in the future. And see, the only the only constant is change. And if you stress out and like attach to a certain outcome or a future, that's your ego, and your ego is putting you through unnecessary. So the moment that you shut off the future, you shut off the known, the past, then you come to your present moment. And do you know how much energy you gain by not wasting energy all in the future and wasting energy all in the past? It begins to transform your life. It begins to transform who you are. And so anyways, that was the birth of Zen Mommy. So the next thing he did, we began to talk, how we would meet for tea, meditate. And I was telling him I was going through some tough moments still. I had my awakening. I was still hurting. My husband left me. I wanted a family. And I'm here by myself with a newborn baby. And I was told him, I said, I'm going through some rough things. And he said to me, I said, you have any tips or anything that, that I could do? And he came to me and he says, Simone, he's so sweet. He says, when I went through a hard time, this is the book that I would read and it would really help me. And I was like, okay. So I took this book, right? And then I began to read. It's called Peace in Every Step. And it was a bunch of different simple meditations. And it was amazing. It was amazing. It just like this right here, this book. And I'm talking about simple stuff like meditating while dishwashing, meditating while drinking tea, meditation by on the telephone. It's just like, it's about mindfulness. It's about where you sit. And so I wanted to share this meditation in here that I read. And this is a meditation when you're angry. It's a walking meditation when you're angry. And I'm going to share it real quick. Here we go. Okay, so this is kind of the meditation he taught me, but I didn't do this particular one. So you start saying breathing in, and as you breathe in, okay, you said breathing in, I know that anger is here. So you breathe in. Breathing out, I know that anger is me. Breathing in, I know that anger is unpleasant. Breathing out, I know this feeling will pass. Breathing in, I am calm. Breathing out, I am strong enough to take care of this anger. And so even just right now doing that, just saying that, it totally relaxed me. And so when he taught me this meditation, we just did the breathing in and the breathing out. Okay, so he was just like, breathing in, I know that I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I am breathing out. So if you do that, see the fact that if you're saying breathing in and breathing out, that's helping you get to your present moment real quick. Because now your mind is not focusing on, did I leave, the stove on, or is my boyfriend going to text me back? But now you're thinking about breathing in because you're saying it. So now you're actively going into the present moment when you're making that statement. So we did the breathing in, breathing out. You say that for a while, gets you there, right? Then you can cut it down and say in, or you can cut it down and say breathing in instead of I know that I'm breathing in, or cut it out to in. And if you're ready to let go and stop saying the words, you can just start doing the breathing. Okay, and so this is, you do this while you're walking. So you take a walk, and let me tell you, take a walk in nature, do this, and you're gonna feel amazing. Anyways, thank you for watching. Peace and love. Namaste.